he looked at me, he said, I swear to God, Zach, if I find out you hit her, you're done, you're fired. And I said, okay, I understand, Coach. I didn't. I'm fine.
That's former Ohio State assistant football coach Zach Smith speaking out today on what head coach Urban Meyer knew and did not know about domestic abuse accusations. This in the same day that Meyer tweeted a statement that turned his original story upside down. It is a crisis that continues for the school with another layer of confusion tonight. Don Kendrick here now with the latest on a fast-moving day of twists and turns. Hi, Don.
It really is. Hi, Russ. It was just after 4 p.m. that the living legend at the helm of OSU's flagship sport dropped a bomb via Twitter. And Zach Smith responded to Meyer's tweet in his first interview since the allegations surfaced. Tonight, Urban seems to change his story, and now even bigger questions about just what is the truth.
It's the first day of practice at The Ohio State University, and it's an all-out ban on media on the inside. But Channel 3 cameras are rolling outside practice at this traditionally proud football powerhouse. On the same day, fired assistant coach Zach Smith spoke out on ESPN for the first time. At issue, ex-wife Courtney's allegations of domestic abuse and what head coach Urban Meyer knew about it.
I didn't ever hit her, so I don't know what else. And he looked at me and said, Zach, if you hit her, you're fired immediately. And I looked at him, I said, Coach, if I hit her, I wouldn't come in here.
Meyer said all along he knew about dismissed charges in 2009. And just last week, this when asked about domestic abuse charges against Smith in 2015.
2015, I got a text late last night that something happened in 2015, and there was nothing, unless, once again, there's nothing, once again, I don't know who creates a story like that.
Tonight, this tweet from Urban. Here is the truth. I've always followed proper reporting protocols and procedures when I've learned of an incident involving a student athlete, coach, or member of our staff by elevating the issues to the proper channels. And I did so regarding the Zach Smith incident in 2015. I take that responsibility very seriously, and any suggestion to the contrary is simply false, he says. My words, whether in a reply to a reporter's question or in addressing a personnel issue, must be clear, compassionate, and most of all, completely accurate. Unfortunately, at the Big Ten Media Days on July 24th, I failed on many of those fronts. My intention was not to say anything inaccurate or misleading. However, I was not adequately prepared to discuss these sensitive personnel issues with the media, and I apologize, Urban says, for the way I handled those questions.
I mean, I think that was as heartfelt, honest, true statement as I've ever heard, and that's who he is right there.
And Smith also said Ohio State Athletic Director Gene Smith knew of those accusations in 2015, and then he pointed out that it was the AD who told him in the first place, Russ.
Meyer remains on paid administrative leave. Now, these two guys have a history, and Smith was adamant. It looked like they're on defending Meyer.
He was adamant about it. He didn't change. He said, in fact, the ESPN reporter, Dan Murphy, asked him flat out, someone as powerful as Urban, known to have his finger firmly on the pulse of every part of OSU football, he asked, couldn't he have had someone look further into it? And Smith said, and this is a quote, I think, in his mind, it was already being investigated by police administrators as well, and he knew there was an investigation, so what is he to do? That's what he said. And, he made the point that it's not like the police didn't already know of the accusations, which he would have had to have reported those. Right. And coming up in sports, Russ, he had a really emotional answer when the reporter asked him, what if Urban ends up getting fired? And you'll hear that tonight just in a little bit coming up in sports.
That's right. Dave Stowski's going to have that. All right. Don Kendrick, thank you.
Thank you.